and it's time for your daily dose of corporates and markets. You're watching Corporate Central. I'm Suresh Chattiwari. What's in store from the world of corporates and markets today? Let's take a look. The government has ordered an inspection into the account books of education technology company Byju, which has been rocked by the resignation of its auditor and 3 board members last month. According to sources, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has sought a report in 6 weeks, and the inspection follows an internal assessment of the company's state of affairs, and based on the findings of the inspection, the government will decide if the matter needs to be escalated to the Serious Fraud Investigation Office. The inspection would be a new headache for Byju, valued at $22 billion in the last funding round, as it restarts negotiations to restructure its $1.2 billion term loan after breaching certain terms of its debt agreement. Vadia Group, in a bid to take back the reins of Go First, is looking for partners in order to bid for the beleaguered airlines, even as it struggles to get back to the skies. A joint bid for the airline is being discussed by the group with financial investors such as private equity funds and alternative investment funds, as per reports. The RP issued an advertisement calling for expression of interest to buy the airline on July 10th. A final decision will depend on whether the grounded carrier can be considered airworthy again, reports have said. As of August 9th, a company or consortium can submit an expression of interest for the airline, as per the report. Meanwhile, DGCA told the Delhi High Court that lessors should not be allowed to inspect the grounded airlines. It has said that only Go First was authorized to maintain the aircraft. Jet Airways lenders on Monday urged the Supreme Court to initiate the winding up process of the grounded airline, asserting that the approved resolution plan by the National Company Law Tribunal was unfeasible. Representing the Committee of Creditors, Additional Solicitor General N. Venkataraman informed the Apex Court that the Jalan Kalrock Consortium, the successful bidder for the airline, had not infused any funds into the company. Further, he stated that the DGCA was not inclined to renew Jet Airways Air Operator's certificate, which expired in May. He added that if the Committee of Creditors were to recover any of its outstanding dues, the company would have to undergo liquidation. The court has also scheduled the next hearing in 2 weeks and has called for a response from the consortium. And a day after withdrawing from its chip-making joint venture with Vedanta, Foxconn has said that it is working on plans to apply for incentives under semiconductor and display fab program. The company said that it has been reviewing landscape for optimal partners. On its decision to pull out of the $19.5 billion joint venture with Vedanta, Foxconn has said that both the parties mutually agreed to part ways. Pledging its commitment to India, Foxconn has said that it is working towards submitting an application related to modified program for semiconductors and display fab ecosystem. Meanwhile, Vedanta faced another setback as the Supreme Court dismissed its plea to ask the government to sell its residual stake in Hindustan Zinc in the open market. The court said that it can't interfere in policy matters. The government holds 29.54% in HCL. The Mumbai bench of the National Company Law Tribunal has reserved its order on the merger scheme between Zee Entertainment Enterprises and Culvermax Entertainment, that is Sony. The division bench, while reserving its order on the scheme matter, allowed parties to file their written submissions. The merger has so far been opposed by the financial creditors like Axis Finance, IDBI Bank and JC Flower ARC on grounds that Zee had not paid their outstanding dues. Currently, 70% of the equity is held by the public institutions who are lenders, while about 25.88% is held by public non-institutions and merely 3.99% is held by promoters. The council was referring to Axis Finance, JC Flowers and IMAX Corporation, who have objected the scheme. Zee has argued that the merger should not be punished for the group's debts. The NCLT had previously directed the stock exchanges to reassess the merger's non-compete clauses, and the matter is now with the NCLAT, while SAT has rejected a stay on a SEBI order against Puneet Goenka and Subhash Chandra. Hyperlocal quick commerce player Dunzo has deferred up to 50% salary of some of its employees, according to sources. Dunzo, backed by Google and Reliance Retail, has deferred half of the June salary of its employees at the manager level and above due to cash flow issues. According to sources, any employee who got paid 75,000 rupees and above have received only a part of the salary, and the rest is set to be credited before July 25th. Reportedly, employees have also confirmed rumors of restructuring amid a cash crunch. In April of this year, the quick commerce company, after securing a substantial $75 million funding round from investors including Reliance Retail and Google, made the difficult decision to lay off 30% of its workforce. From corporates, now moving on to those stocks that were in news today and also analyze the reason behind it. Shares of Reliance Industries continue to rise to hit their fresh 52-week high of 2,764.50 rupees. The stock opened at 2,750.20 rupees against the previous close of 2,735.15 rupees and rose 1.07% to its 52-week high of 2,764.50 rupees in the first half of the trade. The share closed at 2,769, up 1.24%. In the previous session, the stock had gained 3.78%. There is decent traction on reports about the upcoming demerger and listing of Jio Financial Services and the buyout of minority shareholders in Reliance Retail. CarTrade Tech announced that it has entered into a share purchase agreement with Sobek Auto India and its holding company OLX India BV for the acquisition of a 100% stake in Sobek from OLX. It will acquire Sobek for 537.43 crore rupees to be paid on the completion date of the acquisition, according to a regulatory filing by CarTrade to the stock exchanges. Sobek is engaged in business of running an automotive digital platform and a classifieds internet business. After this news, shares of CarTrade Tech skyrocketed nearly 17% during Tuesday's trade, reaching an 8-month high. Idea Forge share price has been under sell-off stress this week after bumper listing on Friday. Idea Forge share price on Tuesday opened with downside gap and went on to hit lifetime low of 1,114.45 rupees a piece in the NSE, logging around 18% loss from its lifetime high of 1,343.95 rupees a piece. So after bumper listing on Friday, this drone maker company's share price has fallen around 18%. That may attract bargain hunters of the Indian stock market. That was all about corporates and markets for the day. Moving on to some important corporate events and triggers which could make big market impacts. Let's take a look. On July 12th, watch out as the effect of the decisions of the GST Council meeting to be felt in the market, and also the impact of GST Council meeting which will be seen in the markets. The results of HDFC Bank, TCS, HCL Tech, Anand Rathi, 5 Paisa will be released. It will be the last of the trade in HDFC Limited. The stock will be delisted from July 13th onwards. All F&O contracts in the stock will be cancelled. Changes in BSE, NSE indices will come into effect after the market closes, and LTI Mindtree and JSW Steel will replace HDFC Limited in Nifty and Sensex respectively. IIP figures for June will be released after market closure on Wednesday, and the board of SpiceJet will be held to consider raising capital through equity. Board meeting of Ashiana Housing will be held to discuss the proposal of a share buyback. Also, Jubilant Foods goes ex-dividend, and IPO of Utkarsh SFB will open with a price band of 23 to 25 rupees per share. Globally, June inflation data of US will be released, which is estimated to remain at the bottom level after March 2021. That is all tonight on Corporate Central. Until tomorrow, get access to Money9's exclusive personal finance content only on Money9's website and Money9 app. Until then, keep watching Money9.